Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are PGN Accounting Group. Today's video is the top 5 money goals for college students. But before we get into the video, please hit the subscribe button, follow us on Instagram, and go to our website at pgnaccounting.com to see how we could best serve you and book an appointment with us today for that free initial consultation. How can a college student succeed in this inflationary market, or they're starting to exit out of college and they're starting to get their first job? How can they best set themselves up financially? Or they're just going to college and they're freshmen and they have no idea about money and finances, and now they're thrown into this world by themselves and nobody's there to help them to teach them how to succeed financially. That's why we're making these videos, so that you college students can be best prepared for the current and to set yourselves up for the future financially. Number one is, if you don't have a job, I have no idea how you're paying for things. Maybe mom and dad are paying for things, but even if you're fortunate enough to have parents that are well off enough where they're going to contribute and pay for your college or contribute and pay for your expenses, you should still be getting a part-time job. Or a full-time job while you're in college. I personally worked 40 hours plus a week during my junior and senior year of college during my internship for accounting. It's possible. Yes, it sucks sometimes. You have to take night classes. Sometimes you can't go out with your friends during the week, or you just have to sacrifice a lot. But I did Monday through Thursday. I was pretty much working from 8 to 5, going to night classes from 5:30 to 9:30, did homework and studied late at night, went to the gym. Sucks Monday to Thursday, but again, you still have the weekend to relax, to hang out with friends. It's just a short-term sacrifice, but it will help you with your money goals, because you're going to have money to spend with your friends, to save, to pay for that car, and number one, importantly, you're not going to go in debt. You're not going to have to put everything on a credit card or take out a bunch of student loans to cover your expenses, or even to pay for college, because you have a part-time or a full-time job. Again, that could be in retail, that could be restaurants, but preferably an internship that's in your future career. Number 2, create a budget. This is how you build a strong foundation financially, is by taking control of your finances, tracking your income, what's coming in and what's going out, your expenses. And then in your budget, allocate some money for savings and emergencies, so that if an emergency happens, you already have a 3 to 6 month fully funded emergency fund and you can cover it. And it's more of an inconvenience instead of stressing you out financially. Oh, how am I going to pay this? I have to put on a credit card. Now the credit card's charging 20% interest per month. I'm going crazy. Everything's just a spiral down and into this debt and terrible financial situation. I don't want that for you. I want you to be at peace. So create a budget, allocate for savings and emergencies. You should be doing that part-time, full-time job, so you'll easily have money coming in that should cover your expenses. Number 3, cash flow college. This is where that part-time and full-time job come into play, where I said you don't need student loans. If you didn't have a fortunate, situation where your parents are paying for your expenses or paying for your college, then get a part-time and full-time job. The majority of students are that way too. You don't think that you need to take on tens of thousands or $100,000 plus of student loans. It's crazy. You don't want to set up yourself, your future financially, with a negative net worth or this huge hanging over your head when you get out of college and you start your full-time career. You don't want that. So cash flow college while you're in there. You could supplement whatever money you're making from part-time and full-time with scholarships or grants, or become a teacher aide and student teacher. And if you have to take out student loans, I haven't made a video on this yet, but if you have to take out student loans, please only take subsidized loans. What does that mean? It means that you don't have to pay interest or the loans while you're in college, But number one, importantly, is they're subsidized, which means they're not even accruing interest while you're in college, while you're in school, which is great. So if you take out $10,000 loan freshman year, that will be $10,000 in 4 years when you graduate. And then you're going to have to start paying, and it's going to start accruing interest. And if subsidized loans doesn't cover it and you have to take unsubsidized loans, then okay, fine. I wish there were another way, but take unsubsidized loans and try to pay that off with odd jobs, with more work, full-time jobs, or a couple part-time jobs, and pay that off as soon as you take that unsubsidized loan, because it's accruing interest while you're in college, and you don't want that $10,000 student loan to be $12,000, $13,000 in 4 years when you graduate. And please tell your parents, stay away from Parent Plus loans. Do not take them. They are terrible. Your parents take out this loan to pay for your college. Tell them, no, mom, dad, I'm going to work my butt off in a part-time and full-time job. I'm going to apply for 100 scholarships. I'm going to do whatever I can to cash flow college. Don't put this weight on your parents to take out a Parent Plus loan. Stay away from those. And again, if you can't go to college, you shouldn't be going to a 4-year university if you can't afford it. Go to a community college for 2 years, transfer after that. But again, that's not the scope of this video, but there's so many ways that you could cash flow college instead of taking on tens of thousands of student loans. Number 4, top 5 money goal for a college student is building your credit, because we all need credit, because again, I'm not a big fan of debt, but we're all going to have to take out a mortgage to buy our home for the most part. You're going to have to take out a loan for your car. Those two are okay. It's fine. But you also don't want to get an outrageous interest rate, and you can't even get a loan if you don't have credit or you have terrible credit. So use this early, stage of your life to build your credit. Get a low credit limit credit card that you spend maybe a couple $100s a month and pay it off immediately and start building your credit. That's what I did at 18. I had terrible credit when I was 18 because nobody told me that if you apply for all these credit cards and you get denied, then it tears down your credit score, and now you're left with a $400 or $500 credit score at the age of 18, and now what are you supposed to do? So I got a low limit secured credit card, and I built up my credit to $700-800 of a credit score in a year and a half, and then I got better credit cards. So it's very easy. Build your credit early in your early 20s. Even if you pay rent, that could help build your credit. And then mortgage, why did I put mortgage here? To build your credit. Stay tuned until the end of the video to find out why I put mortgage under number 4, build your credit. Number 5, keeping up with the trends or influencers. Most of us know this as keeping up with the Joneses. Don't overspend to impress others. Have self-control of your spending. This is a huge money goal for college students because you're surrounded by your peers. You see other people driving maybe a BMW or a Mercedes, and you think, I'm driving this crappy Nissan or this 10-year-old car that was handed down to me from my sister or my brother or my parents, and it's missing a hubcap, it has a bunch of scratches and dents compared to their car, and now you feel like, oh, I need to get a better car because I need to be competing with them, or I'm comparing myself to them. We are a social media driven society now, and it's to me, I hate that, because we constantly are comparing ourselves to others' social media, whether it's Instagram or whatever. We see other people on vacation, we say, well, I deserve a vacation, or they have a nice car, I deserve a nice car. Stop overspending to impress people. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares what you drive, what vacation you're on, and please don't do it by spending, all of your money and then going into debt for it. It's not worth it. Just have some self-control, and you will set yourself up financially for your future by doing this in your early 20s and changing your mindset in your early 20s. Now, here's the bonus of why I put mortgage under build your credit. As you probably heard, house hacking is very popular now on social media, which means you purchase a 2 to 4 unit building and you only have to put 3.5% down on a FHA loan, which is very little compared to 20% down payment that most people need. You get to live in one apartment. Let's say you buy a 4 unit, you live in one unit and you rent out the other 3. Most of the time you either pay no rent or all of your expenses are covered, your mortgage, your property taxes, your maintenance, because the other 3 units are paying for the entire building, the entire mortgage, the entire real estate taxes. And even then, maybe you're even making profit from it. 1, you're living rent free. 2, you're actually making some income from it. But there's so many benefits with it. 1, cost reduction because you're not paying rent. 2, you're building equity. 3, rental income. 4, you're getting debt pay down. 5, you're getting appreciation of the value of the building and real estate. And you did it so early on in your 20s. So if you are financially able to save enough money to have a 3.5% down payment, again, by working part-time or full-time jobs, or following some of my other videos of saving $1,000 in 30 days, or budgeting so well that you've been putting even more towards savings and you have this big stockpile, think about buying a 2 to 4 unit building, even in your early 20s. It's never too early, and you'll set yourself up so much better than the majority of Americans if you could do this early in your 20s, before you get married, before you have a lot of responsibilities, before you have kids. Do it now. Now is the time to do this, rather than in your mid 20s, late 20s, 30s, and 40s. It gets a lot harder as you progress in life. I really hope that you found this beneficial, these 5 money goals for college students. If you want to hear more tips for your personal finances for early 20s and late 20s for college students and something like that, comment below or message me on Instagram. I really appreciate that you tuned in till the end of the video. Please hit the subscribe button, follow us on Instagram, go to our website, pgnaccounting.com, to book a free initial consultation with us, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.